What is up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are finally going to be doing the test hands for World Chalice. This was a video I was planning to actually put out for quite a while now after I actually did the deck profile, but unfortunately with so many cards actually coming out, I had to actually make a bunch of Reapercast videos to actually talk about those cards, and then later on I just had a lot of other things that ended up delaying this particular video. But at long last we could finally do the test hands for the updated deck, and yeah, this will definitely be quite a fun experience, definitely very interesting to see how the new cards actually interact the way they are. So without further ado, let's just get started. Alright, so here's our opening 5 cards. Definitely very nice here. I am actually quite loving this because we could kind of put ourselves out there and do quite a bit of combos. But with that being said, I'm going to begin by playing the Kyoto Waterfront. I really wish I actually used counters for this, but you know what, it's fine. We're just going to continue and see how we actually go here. So firstly, we're going to normal summon out the Lee and use Lee to actually search for something. So in this particular case, we do have quite a few options available. In this case, I'm thinking let's search for the World Chalice card that we don't have. Instead of going for Chosen, since it can actually be summoned, let's just go for our, our Crowned. And then from that, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna activate Transmodify, sending off Lee to the graveyard and bringing out our Venus. And from that, I'm also going to just summon out the Shine Balls as well. So with that being said, let's look for Venus, and we're going to use Venus's effect to summon out the Shine Balls. Now we have here 3 Shine Balls. We're just going to summon all of them out, and that will be great. Now I do need a Field Center, so I'll just use one of my proxy cards here, and we'll put it up there as a Field Center. Now the thing is this, with Venus, I don't want to use I don't want to put her in the final column. Normally I do, but because we have Kyoto Waterfront, I'm actually saving this spot up so that I could put Gamma Seal. I just think it's a lot better in that particular scenario, but we're going to leave Venus on this side here. Now Venus will obviously summon out our different monsters, and this will be great because one of them will allow us to go for our Mystical Shine Ball. Let's see, so we have 3 now, so it does have 3, that's great. Means we could actually just search our Gamma Seal, but we're going to firstly go over here for our Link Spider. And then we're going to take our second one, and we're going to go into our Imduk. And that's fantastic, of course. So from that, we could take our Imduk's effect, tribute off the Link Spider, and this will allow us to actually normal summon out our World Chalice. And from that, yeah, it's just definitely really nice because we can now take Imduk and the Chalice, and we're going to link them both away, allowing us to actually go for Aurum. And from that, we have obviously Chalice's effect, allowing us to summon out 2 monsters. So we're just going to bring out, well, firstly we're going to go for a Guard Dragon, and the second one we're going to go for here is maybe another Lee. That would be nice. And there we go. So this is looking really good now. At this point you could just use Kyoto Waterfront to actually just search out your Gamma Seal. So with that being said, I'm just going to look for it, add it to the hand, and that's fantastic. So now let's take a look. What do we actually have here? Well, we do have quite a few options. Now I also have here the Imduk, so we could actually use Imduk's effect, and we could special summon out the Crowned from our hand. So we're going to special summon that out, and now we technically have 5 monsters on the, well, 4 cards on the field. So we could potentially just go for our, our Ib. That would be nice. We could also go for the Yugioh and get the draw as well, so it does make it quite interesting because I do have quite a few options available, but like I do want to go for Lib as well, but I think I'll go for Yugioh. Seems pretty generic, but I think it will definitely work. You just have to have cards with different names. So we're going to take these 4 here, and we're just going to link them away, allowing us to go for Yugioh. So that pretty much means we get to draw 4 cards. So I'm going to shuffle up my deck, and we're going to draw 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Definitely quite unfortunate for some of them, but I think we could actually do this. So what we could actually do here is maybe we could get rid of... Oh wait, hold on, I did make a misplay, didn't I? Well, either way it's fine. I was actually just going to return the 2 Venuses because we know we don't need it. But in this case, I might actually also return back the Draconet as well. You don't really need it. I think the only card you actually need here would be the Christia. Although I would like to actually go for Auram's effect, which I failed to actually go into in the previous turn just then. Because what I wanted to do was, I wanted to go with Lee here to send off Gameciel to the graveyard and use Auram's effect to bring out the Gameciel. So that might have been a smarter option. I mean, I'm going to be a bit more forgiving with myself here, so I might actually do that. So what I mean by this is, like, it doesn't affect the deck anyway, it would have just went fine with the hand, but essentially what I was intending to do was, I had these guys on the field here, so instead of just going for the Sayuja right off the bat, I would have went for the, definitely Lee as one of them, and I would have used like a Guard Dragon, and got rid of that, allowing me to actually first go for the Ib, and then we'll take the Ib, or we'll actually take Auram first, and then use its effects. So firstly we'll just take Lee, bring it back to the hand, send off the Gameciel to the graveyard, and then Auram's effect would have sent Crown to the graveyard. Or you could actually just send the Ib to the graveyard, allowing us to then special summon back out the Gameciel. And from that, we would, since Ib is sent to the grave, we would special summon out a second copy of Lee from our hand, and then we could just take the Auram, the Crown, the Lee, and finally the Shine Ball, and we would be able to go into our Sayuja just as before. So would have been a similar case, and whatever we drew into with the Sayuja, it wouldn't have mattered because that particular play I just did, it didn't really affect the deck anyway, so it would have made no difference. So we would have ended up drawing Christia anyway. So in that particular circumstance, we could then just use Sayuja's effect, special summon out the Christia, and I think you're all good. Of course, you want to put this in defense, but I'm putting it in space. Of course, someone actually did complain that I put this in attack, but it's to save up space so that it actually fits in the video. But yeah, with that being said, I'm quite satisfied with this. I mean, you have these two which are buffed up by Sayuja anyway, you have Venus to continue on with whatever you want, you have Lee in the hand to go for your next turn, but you also have quite a few options here as well. For example, the Auram could potentially summon out another Lee, and then you could just link these two up and continue your plays. But at the same time, you also have the Guard Dragon as well. So to be honest, I think I'll keep continuing here. So since Auram was sent to the grave, let's see here, I would actually be able to special summon out the extra Lee, and then, well, that would be Prior as well. And yeah, and then Sayuja's effect would then summon out the Christia as is, and that would be fantastic, of course. And from that, I'm going to take Venus and Lee here, and we're going to link them both away. This will allow us to go for our Lib, so that would be fantastic. And the thing is this, with Lib you can't summon her out unless you had a World Legacy in the graveyard. Thankfully we do actually have World Legacy World Chalice, which is the fantastic thing here. So now that we actually have our Lib out, we could use her effect and set a World Legacy spell trap directly from our deck. So in this case, what could we actually bring out? Now, of course, you don't have to bring out Christia here, you could just leave this spot open to go for further plays, so you could just put it here instead, but putting it under Sayuja does boost it up, making it really difficult for your opponent to do anything. Of course, you could just save it up in the hand first, don't bring it out just yet, because if you brought it out with Sayuja's effect, you know what happens, right? You just locked yourself out, so you wouldn't be able to summon out Lib. So in this case, you keep it in the hand for now, don't use Sayuja's effect, but you have Lib here, allowing us to then go for either Succession. You could also go for, what else could you have? You could go for your guard dragon as well, and of course you could also go for your sorrow, wherever that is. So let's see, so here's succession, here is our sorrow, and here is the guard dragon. Now obviously I'm bringing this out more so to talk about your different options, but in this particular case, sorrow doesn't really do anything since you're not necessarily co-linked unless you are intending to go for more plays. Succession can just bring back something, which is fantastic of course. Guard dragon on the other hand can also just manipulate one of these zones however you like, so it is definitely fantastic in that sense. Now you want to think, can you actually go above and beyond? And I'm actually thinking you can. So I'm actually going to set down the guard dragon, and I'll show you a really interesting play that I might be able to go for here. So we're going to set this, and we're going to activate the guard dragon. This will allow us to then just bring out anything we want. In this case, I'll just bring out the Lee. Not that it really makes a difference, but we could take the Lib and we could take the Lee and link those two away, allowing us to actually go for our Codebreaker Virus Swordsman, which requires 2 effect monsters of course. Since we're co-linked, we could summon one out here. So in this case we'd bring out the, where are you, Codebreaker 0 Day, and from that we could then use Guard Dragon's effect, move Gameciel to whatever zone you want. Now in this particular circumstance you have plenty of negates, so Gameciel being moved doesn't really matter. Of course assume it's in defense, but in this case I could link these two up, and this will allow me to then go for our Virus Berserker. Since it's co-linked, we can bring back these two again, and you just keep going for your further plays. So in this case, what else do you want to go for? Well, we have here, we do have a Borolo Dragon, which is quite fantastic. So say in this particular case, you went for, let's see, where is it? You went for your World Chalice Guard Dragon, banish that, bring out one of your normal monsters. We're going to take the Shine Ball, link that away, or no, we can't link that away. We have Shine Ball here, and oh actually, you know what, instead of going for that, we just take this, this and this, which would just be 4 of them anyway, and you would be going for your Borolo Dragon, and then use Sayuji's effect to summon out Christia. So I mean, that's a really optimal board because firstly you prevented your opponent from special summoning anything. You have Gameciel here which negates anything. You have Sayuji boosting these guys up, and again you have Borolo Dragon. So with all of these, you're guaranteed an OTK in the next turn. Your opponent can't special summon, your opponent can't activate anything. This is the best possible field you could possibly have with this particular deck. I mean, your opponent's not getting out of this. I mean, it's actually impossible for them to get out of this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular test stand. Did take a bit of a while, of course. I am just slowly getting into this new build, but it seems to be responding quite well to me. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Did I do anything wrong? I mean, I did make a few mishaps, but I was being a bit more forgiving with myself since this is a test stand video and you could take it back. And yeah, with that being said, drop a like if you enjoyed it, share this video, subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell notification. But with that being said, I will see you guys for the next video.